frustrates me a little bit. But the products are good. It uses amber jars and white lids, which I don't think really goes super well. That wouldn't have been my choice. That's from like the previous owner. So whether or not I relaunch the Botanica range and the Ocean collection in different packaging or not, I'm not sure yet. I'm just going to be focusing on this core range of everyday fragrances, and getting that ready to be available to go onto Amazon. But I need to get this look done. I need to get my product photos done. I've been talking to Snap My Brand, Sharon. She's gorgeous. She's done all the product photography for Elkie Candles previously. She knows the brand really well. So I just want to have a cohesive range that I can then put in front of her and say, go for gold, take all the photos, and then we can send it to the brand rep, get it all uploaded and listed. Because with Amazon, I can't risk the listing getting to a point where something's out of stock. You need to have it available all the time. So, because otherwise you get deranked in their algorithm. So basically, I need something that's stable, that I'm not going to run out of vessels for, or I'm not going to be able to stock lids for. I just need to be able to have that security and peace of mind. So I think that January is actually going to be about finding an alternative for my vessels for both businesses, and then going ahead with getting the product photography done, and sorting out barcodes. If anyone knows anything about barcodes, please drop your info in here, like any comments or anything, or feel free to email me or message me on Instagram at the Candlemaking Mama, and then the candlemakingmama@gmail.com. Any info as far as barcodes and just where to start, because I'm looking at, like, I think it's Aussie barcodes or Australian barcodes or Barcodes Australia or something, and the cost is hugely different from another place that I was recommended that's based in the States, called, I think it's Barcodes Talk or Barcodes Speak or something like that. And it goes from, like, the difference was something like one starts out at $7, the other one starts out at like $30 or something for one barcode, and then when you get to 100, it's like one comes down to $9.95, the other one comes down to 45 cents. So I'm like, is there something I should know? Like, what don't I know? And I really, really am terrible with researching. I lose concentration really, really fast. So researching is really not a strong point for me when it's something that it's not piquing my interest. And barcodes for me is not the creative thing that I'm doing. It's just like a means to an end, really. So yeah, basically that is what's going on at the moment. My teacher candles flopped. I think the teacher gift thing at the moment is like stuff from Temu, coffee cup. You can get there's some really cute packs out there at the moment for teacher gift kind of stuff. And candles, I think it's just a done thing, and maybe people have moved on from buying candles from teachers. I know that when I was younger, it was often a go-to, candles, some kind of handmade soap. So I think that time may have changed, and that's something that I need to not potentially offer next year, because it's just not a thing. But I only made a few, and I am going to give them to my kids' educators, which is great. I don't mind that at all. I think that that's nice. And it's not like I went and paid for a design for these ones. I had my favorite design and print place offer pre-made teachers labels. They offer different pre-made labels for different occasions. So they have like parents, all different sort of stuff. So jump on there at longstoryshort.com. Just butcher it, why don't you? Long story short, design and print is the business. You can follow them on Instagram. They're quite they're on Instagram a lot, or you can jump over to their website and shop the pre-made section if you're not looking to design your own labels, because they have so many different designs, so many different categories, shapes and sizes. It's definitely like a good place to look for, and they're an Australian business run by two mums, Cynthia based in Melbourne and Jess based in Sydney. So definitely something to look at if you're looking for pre-made stuff and not wanting to go down the design route. I feel like I'm just like rambling to myself, which is totally okay. Everyone's probably at work, and today is my work day, so I have to get stuff done here. So yeah, that's what's going on as far as struggles I'm having at the moment. So I've got excess teacher gifts to give. I only had a few made up, and then when I spoke to my kid's dad, he was like, you know, they've got a lot of educators, so we might need more. And I was like, okay, I can do that. So I'm going to be putting together those. I'm going to be putting together some beautiful like melt packs with electric melt burners. So if you're looking to, if you offer melts, it's obviously, I think it's really good that if you offer something that's part of a process. So a candle, you just light it and it's good to go. It's got the wax, it's got the wick and everything. When it comes to melt packs, you need something to put it in, you need to light it, whatever. Whether it's a tea light burner or an electric one. So I think that if you're a business that offers those products, you need to kind of have accessories to like help your customer enjoy the whole experience. So I found that Candle Supply, I think they're based in Sydney, have what are they called? Aroma Glow. They have like these really nice, I think they've got ceramic ones. Yeah, actually they do have ceramic ones because I've got some of them. They're a good, really well packaged, comes with instructions, electric melt warmer. And I think you can take the like dish out and clean it so it's detachable, and then it's just got a globe, and I think Candle Supply sell the globes, so it looks really, really nice. I'm thinking I might have some here, but I might just post a picture of it later. It's definitely important to have that as an offering. So at Christmas this year, I've got a friend who has sold her business, and she had some excess warmers that I'd been eyeing off at Candle Supply, so I just bought them from her for what she paid for them. And now I'm going to be popping together some sets with like these nice warmers and maybe like 4 or 5 different packs of melts, and then having them ready to go in a bag. So if anyone's looking for last minute Christmas gifts, there's just a beautiful nice package already done up. So, you know, and you don't have to be necessarily just listing this sort of stuff on your website. You've got partners and stuff that might just be on Facebook Marketplace looking for like random things that are available close by. So that's always handy to do for your own sake. Just list it on there. I know last Christmas I had some leftover gift boxes that had melts. They had handmade soaps, they had handmade lip balms, a scrunchie like this in it, and like a car diffuser that I made, and some candles and melts. And I popped them up there, and I had some really, really last minute guys like looking for gifts just say, hey, are you by any chance available? Can I come get this now? And I was like, yeah, sure. And so like that's a good, any I guess platform where you can sell is always going to be a benefit to you. So yeah, I'm going to be doing up some of those for Christmas gifts for Weave and Grace, and that's that. I'm excited. I'm working on a little sneaky project with a friend's shop in the city. A little bit very excited about it, to be honest. But I can't really say what it is because it's very, I had to import things for it, and I'm super excited. But yeah, I get to work on that little project after Christmas. Probably start testing for it in the next couple of weeks, and then get it going for January, which is super cool. Yeah, that's exciting. What else have we got going on? We've got the Australian Candle and Soap Making Conference in May, with Rhonda Nelson, which I'm also really looking forward to. I know she's going through some health stuff at the moment, so fingers crossed everything is going to like work out super well and everything runs smooth. Thinking of her and sending her lots of love. But yeah, so that's on the agenda. 2025 is looking really exciting. Oh, and then the other thing is, totally forgot about this, looking at getting into a more bricks and mortar kind of environment for Weave and Grace. And we'll be talking to one of the big shopping centres / mall, wherever you're from, whatever you call it, one of the big shopping centres, about what they have available. So I'm going to be meeting up with them in mid-January and doing a walkthrough of the whole centre and looking at what's available, what traffic's like talking about the traffic for the centre and that sort of thing, whether it's going to be something that's worth it for myself in the meantime or whether something more temporary, like a pop-up, is going to be more beneficial. So that's another thing that's happening, and it's, yeah, I'm excited. Lots of cool business things happening next year. As some of you know, my oldest son, I've got 2 boys. My oldest is in remission from cancer, so he'll have a scan coming up through January that I need to call and follow up on because we don't have a date yet. So that's always a little bit chaotic. We go through quite a lot of stress around the wait for those results. It's quite nerve-wracking. And so he turns 5 this year, so I mean next year, sorry. So we were contemplating the whole whether he would go to school, but he did spend an excessive amount of time in hospital as a newborn. He's quite behind as far as social interactions with children, and his speech and a few other little things that we just want to get on top of before he actually goes into school. We want to make sure that he's really ready. So he will be going, his days will increase for preschool, which is really cool, so getting him ready for that school routine. But he won't be actually going to big school, so I'll have more days where I can be working, which is great for me. It means I can be more productive, because at the moment I'm cramming everything into 3 days a week, which just isn't feasible realistically for running 2 businesses, as well as like socializing and all that sort of thing. So it's quite a lot to condense into a 3-day period, and especially when I'm trying to complete orders and so on. So I am just going blank. Talking to myself, but I've been talking to myself for half an hour, so that's kind of impressive. So yeah, he will be in more days at school, probably going to be increasing my littler ones' days at school as well, just so that I do have that more time to do it. You know, we've got I have them 4 days at home with me, and I love it. But if it hadn't have been for my older child's ill health, I'd be back at work probably definitely by now, and they'd be in daycare full time. Like, I know that, like, you want to spend as much time with them as possible. Like, I know I definitely do, but it makes it really, really hard to be productive, to work, and maintain your lifestyle, basically. So, yeah, I just wanted to, yeah, hopefully get things back to normal. They had started daycare the year before last, and because of like just like they'd get colds and they'd get excluded and stuff quite a lot while they were building their immunity, so I ended up having to leave my other workplace, like my real workplace, and care for them while we got on top of it, and it just was painful. But then this year is the first year that they've done a whole year at school. We've done their Christmas party, they've done their little end of year performance for mums and dads, so yeah, it was great. This year was amazing. They've got that stability and routine from school. Mum's working 3 days a week, dad's working 5 days a week. It's great. I just need to be doing more towards my business to get things going. Yeah, that's really it. Like, I just getting at the moment, it's very much how I'm going to structure things. And speaking of structuring, I was up till like stupid o'clock last night talking to a beautiful friend of mine who runs a horse riding school in northern New South Wales, and she's also done the cancer journey with her daughter, who is 5 months older than my son. So, and it was her first child as well, so we went through a lot of it together and a lot of the healing time afterwards together, processing a lot of traumatic stuff, and also running businesses. So she has asked for me to come down and help her go through like structuring for the next year and costing and everything with that, like that, because I really thrive off that sort of stuff and talking business and, you know, helping other people get ahead. So we are going to go down. She's the godmother of my youngest, so the boys are going to stay with dad. Mum's going to go after Christmas while he's off work, and do maybe 5 or 6 days of dissecting her business, and looking at things that we can do to make things better, run smoother, things that we can cut cost-wise or improve. So looking really, really forward to that. Hopefully when I come back from that, I will feel a lot more rejuvenated and I don't know, inspired maybe. I feel like when you're in the business space, it's so great to have people around you that are also in business because they get the language you're talking. I know for me, I don't get tired of talking business. Like, that's why me going there to help her with hers, as well as it being like a little bit of a break, it feels like it's a holiday because I get to talk about things I'm passionate about. And yeah, that is really all I had to update. So things going to 2025 are like, business is doing really, really well. I'm just nervous, and I have some big decisions that I need to make. So that's really the crux of it, just lots of big decisions. And yeah, I'm super, super proud of everything that I've achieved in the last year. I've been doing my expenses and stuff, and aside from like the purchase of the second business, everything like sales versus expenses is so good. Like, obviously I'm not operating at like a massive profit because I've bought this business, it's established, and I've had to pay a significant amount to move the business down from a different state. But the sales, where the sales are between both businesses, are making that worth it, which is really, really cool. So yeah, that's where we're at as far as going into 2025. I'm going to try and jump on here a little bit more often. I want to get on here and just talk about my story, why I went into business, what was going on in my life at the time that I went into business, and my why, and kind of where I find my drive, as well as the what kind of person that I'm looking to sell my products to, like, and just get into that a little bit more in another video at some time soon. This week has been insanely hot. I've got orders that need to go out. I need to do a little bit of stock take, see what I need to redo. I need to send a design brief off to my favorite people at Long Story Short, for a label for that product I was talking, that's for my local community, which is really cool. So that is what's on for today, and yeah, I will try and jump on here again. If you've watched this and you've gotten all the way through to the end, please leave a comment, shoot me a message on Instagram, anything, just to let me know that you're listening or you're watching, because otherwise I just feel like I'm talking to myself. But yeah, please subscribe to my channel. I'm hoping to get more structured videos going quite, like, as soon as I can. It's just so much like loose ends right now that I need to tie up. So I will talk to you guys soon. I hope you have a beautiful day. If you never come back here, Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Bye guys.